Johhny, how's your day going so far?
What's going on, dude?
Well, it is really great to connect. Whenever I watch Impact, you're usually in the most entertaining segment of the show. Is that kind of by design? Do they have to tell you to be entertaining, or does that just happen naturally?
Well, they're telling me to get out there, but they're leaving a lot of it up to me, and they've just been great, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Just kind of being myself out there, so to speak. And I guess I'm a funny, bumbling idiot. That's pretty much what I think of myself.
Definitely funny. That Throwback-Throwdown segment might have been my favorite, yours, where you were the young up-and-comer. Was that something that you came up with?
I'm trying to remember. That was back in like October. I really enjoyed that show too. I thought everybody did a great job on that. It was just go out there and do your thing, man. And I did it, and they liked it, and the fans liked it. So, hey, man, if they're happy, I'm happy, you know?
Makes a lot of sense to me. And somebody who's been following you for decades know that you've been to the highest level for decades now. Like, Johhny Swinger is not a rookie.
Yeah, I was just talking a couple days ago to Chavo Guerrero Jr., as we used to call him, but he's 49 now. But we had a match in the Georgia Dome in 1998. I'm like, Chavo, doesn't it? Like 22 years ago. And he's like, I can't believe it's been that long. I said, dude, we just been around this thing forever. And he looks fantastic. And you know what I mean? He had aged one day, and it's just still in great shape. And I'm like, that's the key to it. Keeping yourself in shape, keeping your body strong. And you can keep going out there and entertaining people and taking the punishment on the back of your head if you got some good muscle back there. You know, I think that's the secret. That's the longevity, is taking care of yourself.
Well, you actually led to where I was going to. That Georgia Dome show, of course, changed the wrestling business forever, and you were a part of that. So you've kind of been through every iteration of it changing in the last 25 to 30 years. Yet it feels like now you're kind of at top of your game creatively and in ring. Almost like Rodney Dangerfield didn't really make it until he was in his 50s. Does that realization ever hit you that you're like a later in life star and that's awesome and this is where you were meant to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like you said, just being around so long, you learn so many things from so many different people, and the impact has been great with the producers. They're behind me, and they like the character, and they have a vision for it, and I go out there and execute it the best I can, and they're just happy with it, and the fans seem to be really happy with it. So it's my most favorite work that I've ever done in my career. And I just turned 45, so I'm just glad to be there. I'm glad people are enjoying what I'm doing, and it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I'm having fun with it.
Whether or not we call it a character, I see a lot of David Lee Roth influence in you. Is that a misnomer right there?
There's a little Dave in there. I was a huge Van Halen fan. All the 80s bands are all, and they're still my favorite. And if they weren't any good, they wouldn't still be coming on the radio. Okay, so when something's good, it lasts forever. In music, wrestling, Robert De Niro's still the man, and he's going to be 80. Okay, so I look at if you want to call a character what I'm doing right now, I think that what I'm doing on Impact right now is going to stay with me for probably the rest of my life. Is the thing that stood out about this long career, however long I have, you know. So it's pretty exciting.
And back to Impact here.
Sure.
Your alignment with Chris Bey, he just seems like he's the future of this company. Would you agree with that one?
Man, that guy he kind of burst on the scene right around the time I did out there, and it's like you could just tell right away he was going to be special. And man, he could just do some stuff in that ring that, you know, you're just amazed that he could get up afterwards. I was like, wow, this kid's got something going for him. You know, this is going to be a good pairing. And he listens, you know what I mean? And that's the main thing. You know, you got to always be open to. I still listen. I go to a show and Bullet Bob Armstrong's there. I make sure I listen to whatever he says because he's seen way more than I have, and it works. So you never ever stop learning. And that kid, Chris Bey, I don't even think he's 25 years old, and he's already got so much going for him. He can only get better. I just told him, I said, dude, just don't get hurt out there. You know what I mean? Don't get killed out there, and you'll make nothing but money.
And you'll be in his corner at Slammiversary?
Well, allegedly I've been banned. Okay. Now, we're trying to work on this at the 11th hour to get this reversed. You know, the referees and all that. You know, I was standing outside the ring there for one of his matches, and they think I did something that was illegal or whatever. I don't know what that's all about. I'd never do anything like that. That kid, he doesn't need my help. He can do it on his own. I'm just giving him pointers, you know. But there's some kind of ban, I think, as we speak. But, you know, things change at the 11 hour. There's stay of execution, so you just never know what could happen. So whether I'm there or not, Chris Bey will be your next X Division champion. That's my prediction.
I think a lot of people are hoping for that. And, of course, you can start a petition today. Slammiversary is 9 days away. If we get, 10,000 signatures, it has to be a reality, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds good.
Back to what you were talking about being in shape and all of that. Did you ever have a moment in your career where you weren't in great shape like you are now? Part of my ignorance on that end.
No. I started lifting weights when I was 12 years old, and it was to be a professional wrestler because I knew at that point that I wasn't going to be 6'4" or a 280-pound guy, so I had to make myself as durable as I could be because that was one of the things I was taught earlier on. Your best chance of success is over the long haul. It's not, you know, you got to have a super long career, but to do that, you have to be physically durable. And I remember Scott Demore, my good friend, who is our vice president. He's given me this great opportunity to come back. He told me a long time ago, I don't know how many years ago it was, he goes, Swinger, he goes, you were born to be a wrestler. And I thought about that for a while, and then I was like, you know what, it's not that I wanted it. I really was born like with wide shoulders, a big thick neck, big, you know, thick upper back, like designed to take the abuse of being a wrestler for a long period of time. And I believe that. I believe that I was given this gift of this, the way my body is built to withstand, you know, the punishment of all these years and to keep going. And as we talk now, I don't have any kind of injuries that I'm like, oh, I got to work around my neck or, you know, my shoulder's real bad. You know, you get little things from over the years, but overall, my body's held up great. And I've always trained it hard. I don't ever take a break from the gym. I got a gym set up in my house. So there's no excuse, man. That's my life. Like some people breathe. I need water. I got to go train. I just got to do it.
So you're the one veteran wrestler who hasn't used DDP yoga to heal themselves.
Well, that's a good story, too. When he first started promoting that, he challenged me to do it in Lex Luger's old Main Event Fitness. I mean, he pulled me off of a piece of cardio. He's like, Swinger, come try this. I'm all right, Paige. I got my weights in, so whatever. So he starts checking I do a little bit, and he starts checking my pulse, and he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, how come your pulse, you should be going up? I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, what are you, some kind of freak or something? I'm like, Paige, this stuff it doesn't work for me. And he got mad about it. He actually got mad at me. I said, I think what you're doing is great, and I think a lot of guys that have severe injuries, I think that can help bring them back, but that's not me. The way I train my body, I developed over 35 years. It works for me. Okay. And he wasn't too happy about that. I said, hey man, he's making a ton of money with it. Everybody knows who he is for it. And it's helped so many people. It's not a one size fits all though. Not everybody takes the same medicine. What works for me might not work for 10 other guys, you know? So you just got to find what works for you. And I found that, and I can replicate it in my garage. And I don't even need people around. I don't need expensive equipment. I just know I can feel what works for me, and I just keep doing it that way.
I couldn't have said that any better. So 2 quick questions, then you're free for me. And the first one is, do you have any projects or ventures or things you do outside of wrestling, or is it all wrestling, all family, all fitness, and that's it?
Well, you just said a mouthful there. That really does, what you just said really does take up. I have 2 teenagers, okay? I have a house to maintain. I got an 80-pound pit bull sitting here. I got nothing but work to do. I don't know how much more I could do. I'm trying to get myself out there more on social media to help promote the company. That's like a new thing for me. I'm really trying to catch up on this stuff. And Scott Demore just showed me how to turn on that Twitter gimmick the other day. So that's the extra stuff I've been doing recently, like really trying to engage the Mizarks out there on the social media platforms. And but it's all I can handle. It really is. I don't know how much more I could do. Like I said, I got to do my training every day, and we're still filming our TV regularly. So, and now the independent shows are starting to come back. So I'm getting a lot of offers for appearances coming up. So I'm pretty busy.
I can imagine so. So in closing, Johhny, any last words for the kids?
Yeah, say your prayers, take your... Oh, no, that's the other thing. Seriously, live a clean life and have a goal. Whatever it is, as long as it's legal. If you don't have a goal, you're just kind of walking around aimlessly, and you're going to end up in trouble because you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to risk. But if you got a goal, you'll stay on track, and you'll make it, whatever you want to do.
Those sounded like some really good Kiss lyrics there. So thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing what's coming next for you.
Yes, sir. Nothing but fun times.